I got a knock on my door. There was two young men there, and one came in and said his name was Will. And Will told me that he had a baby today. His first baby. But there was no joy in his eyes. There was no smile on his face. He seemed overwrought and overwhelmed. He wasn't handing out cigars at the maternity ward. In fact, Will told me that he hasn't been able to see his baby. He was with the mother since Monday in childbirth, and as soon as the baby was born, she threw him out and told him she doesn't want him to be able to see the baby. Yeah, how old are you, Will?
I'm 20 years old.
Alright, and tell me, today, very special day in your life, right?
It is a very special one.
You had a baby?
Yeah, a baby boy.
Baby boy, what's his name?
I don't know, because the mother of my son won't let me know anything.
My name's William Costello. My son was just born at 5 a.m. yesterday morning here at Women's and Babies.
How did you get to hold him right away?
Yeah, I was there to watch him be born.
No complications?
No complications.
Awesome. Healthy baby.
Healthy, 8-pounder. And that's when she lost it and went berserk, kicked me out, had security throw me out, and I wasn't allowed to see my son at all on his birthday. I didn't have any discussion. She named him without any of my consent.
And they threw you out of the room, security?
Yes. Security came up to me after I was sitting in the lobby after she had her dispute, and then they came and told me that since I'm not on the birth certificate, I have no fatherly rights because I have no proof or acknowledgement that I'm the father. So what mom says goes is basically what he said. And since her request was that I couldn't see my son, that's what they followed up on. And it was heart-wrenching, you know. Here it is, it's his birthday, and I couldn't see him all day. And it's all because I didn't have this piece of paper. I can't be a father without this piece of paper.
So you went from the best moment of your life to probably the worst one. They send anybody down to talk to you, tell you anything positive.
No, because it's doctor-patient confidentiality. I can't know nothing. And the only person I had to count on was my dad, who stood through my son through all this. So.
And did they offer you any services to help you see your child? Was there anyone there as an advocate for you?
The only thing they said is that I could see him in the nursery, but I could not go in there because I wasn't acknowledged as the father.
Did they offer you paperwork to sign?
No, because the mother said that she didn't want me to sign the paperwork, so I had no paperwork to sign.
But when we came down last night, you knocked at my door last night, and you said that you hadn't seen your baby, and you saw me call a guy named John Lyons, and I told you he would call you back. Did he call you back?
Yes.
And what did he tell you?
He told me that what mom says goes. That's their policy.
What mom says goes. That's their policy. Did he offer you any services or any advocates or anyone that you could speak to try to get to see your child?
No, he said that there was nothing that he could do, that his hands were tied.
They have no advocate in the whole hospital to help you see your child.
He didn't speak up and say if they did or not.
So this morning, though, after I called and we raised a little dickens with him, tell us what happened today.
Well, I came in, you know, and I got to see my son, spend a few hours with him, and then...
That was beautiful, huh?
Yes.
Tell me how it was. What happened when you saw it?
You can't explain the feeling, you know. It's just, you're holding your pride and joy right there. You know, it's great. You know, it's the happiest moment you could ever think of. You know, but yet it was still a day late. And
but the anger that you felt yesterday and the rage that you must have felt, did you feel angry and raged?
Yeah, I felt as though I have no purpose for him because I have doctors and nurses saying so that I'm not wanted there or needed there.
All of those people were more important than you were, and they had more power than you. So every nurse and every doctor had more power in your child's life than you did. And you felt the anger. Was that anger subsided when you got to see your baby?
Absolutely. This place is no place to bring a kid to be born. You know, if you're a single parent, women, they run everything, and that's how they like to keep it that way here. Because if you're a man and you're single, you're not going to get the fair treatment that you think you're arriving with. So
you can be thrown out with the placenta.
Don't worry so much about the women. You know, They got the nurses and everything there to take care of them. How about us men getting a shot and being there for our kids? It's hard enough to be banned from a kid, and then you guys make it even worse by enforcing it when it's wrongful and unjust to the father of the child. So, without cussing, I really don't have much to say about that.
Did anybody say congratulations to you?
I think the first person to say congratulations to me was my father, and I don't think I heard a congratulations from one nurse there that day.
Well, you heard one from me when you came in my door last night.
Yes, I did.
So nobody had any cigars in that place, did they?
No.
And not one of them even said congratulations? It's heartbreaking.
I look at him and I see you.
I'm certain, here's your pickle, that this mother is trying to remove the child and take the child out of Lancaster and steal the child from the father. So you got to know that while you may feel you're doing the right thing all the way around, understand there are dynamics which you may not be aware of. This mother, who up until a few days ago lived with this man, as soon as the baby was born, even though he sat there for 48 hours and helped to birth that baby, as soon as the baby was born, she threw him out and had the police threaten to arrest him if he comes in to try to see his own baby. So try to understand his position,
I do,
please.
but at the same time, that's why we have a court system, and he should have gone to court that day to get this squared away.
Well, okay, look.
She does, and listen, I'm going to do the same thing myself, so trust me, I feel exactly for him.
Okay, well, let me just explain. There's little he could do that day. Well, what is the nature of the call that you're out there on?
Because they need the keys to their car so they can take the car in the car seat, because the woman cannot leave the hospital.
Okay, so you're there on a private kind of a mercy mission for the mother.
I don't know, no, the mother's not even here, the mother's still at the hospital, it's the mother's parents.
Yeah, but I mean, where does the police jurisdiction come in getting these clothes and this car back? I just had to ask you.
I'm trying to use jurisdiction to get the clothes. I'm simply trying to talk to somebody at the house and nobody's answering the door to ask for the keys back because it's her vehicle.
Okay, well...
I'm not looking for a search warrant. I'm not going into to unlawfully take anybody's stuff. I'm simply here, banging on the door, and nobody's answering, and I was told that he's at Daddy for Justice.
Okay, well, that's not Daddy's for Justice. I'm Daddy Justice. They don't get it all straight, but that's all right. Here's the key, though. I would like you to just take a deep breath and try to understand that there are two sides to this, and I think we can resolve it for the best interest of the child. I have to state to you right now, it's a little bit frustrating to see the police go out of their way to help this woman, but there's not anybody to help this guy. I will tell you this. My experience is that there's little help available for the father. I'm going to leave it at that. We don't need to get into that discussion right now. But my experience is I've never seen police go out of their way to help a father get anything involving his custody of his child. And to a certain extent, you right now are helping that woman to get that child and secure the child out of
it. If Mr. Costello was here and told me his side of the story, then it'll be a different story. But I have one side of the story. I have to respond. It's my public duty. If they call and ask for help.
When you do this to one father, when you do this finally to the wrong father, and you cause emotional damage, and you bring in this emotional stress, and you get the wrong dad, and he goes out and gets a gun and brings it back in and shoots your people because you're doing this to him, do you understand that? Do you understand how you could drive a man over the edge with this? No, absolutely not. What I'm telling you, John, is if you push fathers around like this, John, absolutely not. Hey, John, don't give me that crap. Don't try it. I didn't say anything like that. Don't you try it, John. Are you telling me that a father has a gun and he's purchased a gun and he's coming out here? Because you, sir, are an enemy to men and an enemy to fathers. And your hospital, your women's and babies hospital, is an enemy to men and an abuser of fathers.
I can't be a father without this piece of paper. You can't explain the feeling, you know. It's just, you're holding your pride and joy right there. You know, it's great. You know, it's the happiest moment you could ever think of.
But the anger that you felt yesterday and the rage that you must have felt, did you feel angry and raged?
Yeah, I felt as though I have no purpose for him because I have doctors and nurses saying so that I'm not wanted there or needed there. This place is no place to bring a kid to be born.
Good times, bad times.